Alright lads, so Bleach Brave Souls is finally available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, and with that has brought a lot of hype and also potential disappointment. And within this video, we're going to be breaking down the good and bad things and talk about the elephant in the room for the most part. One of the things that's the biggest disappointment from this port, that quite frankly, everyone should have saw coming. I saw it coming. I'm a tad bit disappointed, but not surprised. So for starters, how does the game actually play on PlayStation 4? Well, the first thing you will notice is the menu navigation and using your controller to navigate through the game. And this is definitely one of the biggest problems I think Caleb actually had with this port, for the main reason that the game was designed with a phone in mind. And it's very easy to navigate the game with your fingers. And at the same time, with the PC port that we did get sometime last year, it transferred very well because of how easy it is to use a mouse. It was very simple and very effective for the most part. When it came to PlayStation 4, because a controller isn't really a mouse or your fingers, it's a different story. And I did notice it did take a bit of time to get used to while using my controller to navigate through the menus. And while I do appreciate there is the snap-on effect where it does kind of just snap onto potential buttons, or there are buttons plastered all over the screen to let you know you can just do a quick navigation, it was very weird and somewhat alien to me to a certain extent. Having said that though, after like an hour or two actually playing it, I got the hang of it. It wasn't that bad, and I feel like I did a decent job with this port in terms of the menu navigation, especially with the fact when you consider this game wasn't designed to ever be played on PlayStation 4, and the fact that it's even somewhat usable, I think is an accomplishment. I feel like if they wanted the perfect navigation menu on PlayStation, they would have to completely revamp the entire game, which I think is something that Caleb just don't want to do or don't have the time to actually do. But one thing I do want to commend on Caleb is the fact that they basically made the right choice by making the game playable on PlayStation 4 instead of PlayStation 5. But that's one thing I do want to talk about, because when the game was first announced to be coming to PlayStation 4, I did see a lot of people say, why not PlayStation 5? That's the new console, it makes no sense. The very simple reason is because not everyone has access to a PlayStation 5, they are still rare and still quite expensive for the most part, and by making it available on PlayStation 4, therefore means more people can play the game. At the same time, you can also still play this game on PlayStation 5. And it was also mentioned in the news post today that while you can play on PlayStation 5, do understand it wasn't made for PlayStation 5, and you might find some potential bugs that haven't already been listed, or bugs that the PlayStation 4 version won't experience. But the main point to understand is that they made it on PlayStation 4, so you can play on both PS4 and PS5, and overall, more players can start playing Bleach Brave Souls on their console. And the next thing to talk about is the elephant in the room. If you are one of the many players that rushed into your PlayStation to play Bleach Brave Souls on your console, you might have realized that you cannot transfer your account, which means if you want to play on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, you have to start a new account. Now, before anyone starts jumping at Caleb's neck, do understand it's not their fault. Believe me, if Caleb could allow you to play on PlayStation 4 and mobile at the same time, they would definitely do that. There's more reasons to allow it than not to allow it. The person that's stopping that is simply Sony. This is a problem that many games that have received a port all experience, and to be honest, this shouldn't come as a surprise on why this is currently happening on Bleach Brave Souls. Very simple, Sony doesn't want you playing this game on other consoles. They don't get money that way. By making it so you're only stuck on PlayStation, means you're stuck on PlayStation, and therefore they get the money. That's simple. And we have seen that in many recent examples. Two that I can give personally from my personal experience is Genshin and also Paladins. Genshin was a game that released on both PlayStation 4, PC, and also mobile, and while mobile and PC, they could have just transferred their accounts endlessly between platforms, you couldn't do that on PlayStation. If you made an account on PlayStation 4, you were stuck on that console. And the same thing happened with another game I used to play, Paladins. On Paladins, there was a PC version, it then got ported over to PlayStation 4, but you couldn't transfer your accounts. However, there was a brief period where you could do that, but it was very limited and you aren't always allowed to do that. So just with those two recent examples, it's very clear that this is a problem on Sony's end, just basically being greedy. They don't want Caleb to let you transfer your accounts. And quickly going back to Genshin, I am also aware that Genshin now allows you to transfer between PlayStation 4 and PC and mobile, for example. However, that was only made recently after like a year of the game being out. So using Genshin as an example, maybe we might see a data transfer between mobile and also PS4 in like a year's time, just like Genshin. Or maybe Genshin was a rare case, an exception to the rule because of how popular it was. Genshin also got an exclusive PlayStation 4 character. We aren't getting that anytime soon. So for the most part, what I'm trying to say is that this is a Sony problem. It's not Killer's fault. I'm sure Killer wants to allow data transfer. They just simply can't. At the same time, we might see it in the future. Who really knows? But moving on from that, it's finally time to talk about what we actually get for this PlayStation release. Well, every player that's playing Bleach Brave Souls right now gets a free 5-star ticket. Now, you can use that if you want to. For me personally, because it does include every single premium character possible, I'm going to be saving that particular ticket until the 7th anniversary in the hope to try and get the 7th anniversary character from that particular ticket. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but you're just better off saving it if you have no reason to use it right now. If you are missing a bunch of premium characters, sure, go ahead, use it. For me, it's better for me to wait. The longer I wait, the more characters get added to said ticket. If you are someone that is playing on PlayStation 4, however, or PlayStation 5, and you are a PlayStation Plus member, you will also get free 50 soul tickets and another 5-star character ticket, and also a 5-star accessory ticket, which will most likely be a 4-star accessory evolved into a 5-star. This isn't given out just yet. It will be given out soon, so be patient. But overall, how do I feel about this PlayStation 4 port? I think it's pretty decent. It's exactly how I expected it to be. It's just a tad bit better, mainly due to the menu navigation. I thought Caleb was going to go down the route of just making it so your left analog stick is the cursor, and that's about it. It basically is that, but there is some buttons that you can press to kind of speed up the menu navigation, which I definitely do appreciate. For me personally, I didn't really experience any bugs. I know there are a few issues right now, but they should be solved over time. And all things considered, it's a pretty decent port. Now, one big complaint I want to have right at the end of the video is how they've actually gone about and released it. Now, they did the exact same thing with Steam, where they just randomly dropped it on Steam and that was about it. Same thing happened on PlayStation. Of course, they did announce it 10 months ago that it was coming to PlayStation, and they did again announce in December that it was going to get delayed by a potential few months, but we never knew when it was actually coming out. And for me, as someone in the UK, this randomly dropped at 5 in the morning. No announcement whatsoever besides just the in-game announcement, nothing on Twitter, just randomly dropped. And I feel like that's definitely the biggest problem that Caleb have right now, is that they're not really promoting it. Because obviously with the fact that you can't transfer your accounts, the main people playing on PlayStation are going to be new players. But if you're not promoting it, if you're not having adverts around, Tokyo, Japan, on YouTube, globally and in Japan, no one's going to really know it's even available on PlayStation besides the content creators that promote the fact that it's on PlayStation. So I feel like Caleb should definitely promote this more if they want it to actually do well. But from what I'm seeing, there's not really much promotion outside of the fact that we're just getting a small little celebration in-game. But that's already for players that know the game exists and those that are going to continue playing the game on PC and mobile. But one of the big things I would really hope for, maybe the Steam version to get, is the controller support that PlayStation has. As I did mention, you can navigate through the entire screen with your controller. I would love if that gets incorporated onto the Steam version, because it's kind of weird to use a controller to play the game and then I got to use my mouse to navigate the screen. I don't really like that. If we could get that full controller support on Steam, that would be beautiful. Anyway, that was the video for today. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know what you like to think about the PlayStation port, if you actually even gave it a shot. I know some people are just going to complain about the data transfer. Fair enough, but there's more to say than that, at least. I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I see you next time. Peace.